Hi, welcome back to Crafting with Confidence. I'm Joanne, and here I am outside on a very cold day. In fact, it's so cold, I think we need to head inside for our next project.
When you teach or lead in an elementary school, and I've done both in my career, we often need to call an in day when the temperature drops below minus 17 degrees Celsius. That's around 0 degrees Fahrenheit. During an in day, students stay inside and play in their classrooms rather than heading out to the playgrounds. Well, here in my hometown, it's the school Christmas break, and I was really looking forward to heading out into my beautiful snowy playground and doing some snowshoeing and skiing like I did last year before I head back to teaching in a few days. But alas, we have been experiencing some extreme temperatures here in northern BC, so we've had almost 2 full weeks of in days. I have attempted a few short walks in the frigid temperatures, but after a few minutes I head back inside again. Thus, it has been the perfect time to tackle a grown-up paint by number. Before I started the actual painting, I covered my dining room table, the place where I do most of my crafts, with an inexpensive plastic cover. Included in my package were 4 paint brushes and 30 colors of acrylic paint. And here's the numbered canvas, which I've lightly taped to the table, and I've also got an extra lamp nearby so that I can see well. In addition to the painting materials, the kit also included an example of how the completed painting should look, which I've taped close by for easy reference, and a paper version of the numbered canvas to consult if the numbers on the actual canvas are too hard to read. The box told me there were 3,051 numbered sections in this project. Wow! So now that I'm all set, here goes. I started by painting the mountains near the top of the canvas. This painting requires lots of patience as each numbered section is very small. As we've all heard though, patience is a virtue, and why be in a rush when it's minus 35 degrees outside? Here's how the painting came along on day 1. The reddish mountains slowly started to take shape, and after painting for just a few minutes, I moved my paints to the other side of the table and tackled it from the side so I could see better. And after 3.5 hours, this was the result. I chose this particular mountain scene for several reasons. My husband's son and I have spent quite a bit of time in the southwestern United States, where we love the warm climate, the amazing rock formations, and the beautiful spring wildflowers that bloom after winter rains. This scene really reminded me of that. It's also fun to think of warmer places when there's such a deep freeze up here. Over the next number of hours, I finished painting the tops of the mountains and I filled in the sky. That was an easy part. To this point, I had spent about 9 or 10 hours on the scene. So what does one do through hours and hours of painting? Well, just general relaxed thinking about things is a wonderful pastime. I also love to listen to podcasts or to music while I'm at the table. Audiobooks are great to listen to as well. Maybe don't tell my book club pals that I actually listen to our next book instead of reading it. When it's super cold outside and you can't do much else, just throw some hours at a painting and you'll start to make excellent progress. Now, some people might say, why don't you just paint all the number ones and then all the next consecutive numbers one at a time? But to me, that just doesn't make any sense. I like to fully complete one section at a time. Just like a musical symphony, a painting is bigger than the sum of its parts. If I were practicing my clarinet, for example, I wouldn't start by just practicing all the C's and then all the D's, etc. No, the whole needs to come through from the beginning to give you a sense of direction. Even though it means changing your colors often, it's so satisfying to see the finished scene gradually taking shape. I obviously needed to wipe off my brush numerous times as I painted, and I also moved the light closer to where I was working as I progressed. During the last couple of days, I was getting really excited to complete this painting, but I also didn't want to rush as the last part was quite complicated and time-consuming. So I kept in mind that I needn't to be in a hurry and took my time finishing off the scene. Finally, after 10 days and 35 hours of effort, a perfect thing to do during my vacation time when it was too cold to be outside, I had completed the painting. The next thing I'll be doing is getting it framed, like I did with the 2 European scenes that I painted last year. Thanks so much for watching my latest video. If you enjoyed this project, please press like and subscribe to my channel so you can easily join me for more crafting with confidence as we head into 2022.